You're rising in life in the Philippines, love chain nation, and BobbieD and LisaD. One nation under rule, one love. Hello, my friends. This is BobbieD coming to you live from the Lombard City, Philippines. I'm having an awesome time in the Philippines today. Hope you are as well. With me from the day, ladies and gentlemen. I want to talk about airline passenger rights. Everyone should know about. One of the things, airline passenger rights. Everyone should know about in the Philippines. Yeah. What a joy. Such a joy to come back to again, my friends. And today I want to say those of you for the first time, if you would please click on that subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you continue receiving fresh, new Philippine videos, motivational videos, and worldwide videos. Now, when you talk about airlines and passengers, and, people going from here to there and everywhere, sometimes it can get very frustrating. Sometimes it can get downright angry. You can get angry. You can get mean. You know what I'm saying? The airlines have a right to do a lot of stuff to you. You know? If you recall, in the last several years, we've heard about people getting bumped off of the airlines. You know, you pay for your seat, right? You pay for your seat. You got your receipt, everything. You charge it to your credit card, and then they get the plane filled up. You got to your seat. And the flight attendant said, "Sir," she said, "Yes, ma'am, how can I help you?" He said, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to get up out of here." She said, "What?" You said, "What?" But guess what, guys? They have the right to do that. You know? And so there's two types of, well, I'll get into all that later. But yeah, they have the right to bump you, jump you, all kind of stuff. You just don't know. But I'm going to tell you something, Dave. You got some rights too, my brother and my sisters. You got rights. Okay? Don't let nobody tell you ain't got no rights when you're riding airlines. Just because they got the plane in the sky, you ain't got no rights. Nah, you covered just like Waffle House. You covered his mother with rights, okay? And you have to know your rights. Are you with me, G? Hey, I'm not gonna be long today. I don't see a lot of people out here. I'm gonna run this quick. Watch. Let's go. Thumbnail for the day. Thumbnail for the day. Thumbnail for today. No, let's go. All right, here we go. Hold on. All right, here we go. Thumbnail for the day. Know your rights, man. Your rights. You got rights, man. Don't let nobody tell you ain't got no rights because you ride on the airline. Just because you're in the air don't mean you don't have no rights. You got rights. And what happens is, all too more often than not, my brothers and my sisters, ladies and gentlemen, many of us don't know our rights. So today I'm going to share your rights with you. I'm going to give you 7 basic rights that you have as a consumer after you partake of your airline. You ride the airplanes, the airlines. You know, you got rights, man. And if you don't know these rights, airlines can abuse your rights if you don't know them because you don't say nothing about it. You just go along with it. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna run this real quick. Let's go. Here we go. All right. No hocus pocus, just focus. Let's see where we're gonna go. We're gonna talk about number 1. We're gonna talk about you're entitled to compensation for being bumped. You know, I told you they can bump you, jump you. You know, yeah, they can. But guess what? If you know your rights, you say, look, you can bump me all you want, but I'm entitled to compensation. Number 2, you may get compensation for delayed, damage, or lost luggage. Okay? They lose your luggage, they got to compensate you. They got to pay. You didn't lose it, they lost it. Number 3, you have the right to food, water during long tarmac delays. If your plane is on the tarmac, you know, and you delayed for an hour, 2, 3 hours, you have a right to say, look here, I'm hungry. Give me some, what's something to eat. They got to do it. And you aren't, number 4, you're not guaranteed compensation for delays. Now this, sometimes you can get compensation for delays, but you're not guaranteed. Number 5, you have 24 hours to cancel a ticket after booking. A lot of people don't know that. You can say, well, the lady will tell you this is no refund, but yeah, you got 24 hours. That's guaranteed. Okay, to cancel that booking. Number 6, you have the right to accommodations for disabilities. If you're a disabled person, you're wheelchair bound or whatever, you have the right for them to get you on that plane securely and not say we don't have room for you because you're in the chair. That's not. You can sue them for that. Number 7, you have the right to complain. You can always hear your complaints with the DOT, Department of Transportation, airline agencies, et cetera, right down the line. You got those rights, man. And nobody should be able to take those or should be able to take those rights away from you. Are you with me, G? Let's go, okay? All right, hold up. My system's down. Okay, Bill. All right. So number one was what? Here's number one. You're entitled, okay, to compensation for being bumped, okay? If the flight attendant come and tap you on the shoulder and say, sir, I'm sorry, but you have to get up off this flight. You said, and you get up, oh man, just look here, what do you think? I got paid for my ticket. I got proof. This is my ticket. I paid. This is my receipt. Sir, I'm sorry. You have to get up out of here. But we have the right to bump you, jump you, and everything else we want to. And they have that right. Okay. But even though they can bump you, you have to have compensation. If it's 1 hour or less, there's no compensation. Okay. So if it's 1 to 2 hours, 1 to 4 hours on international travel, a minimum of 200% of your original one-way fare, or $775, whichever is lower. Okay. And number two, 2 hours or more. 2 hours or more. You have 4 hours or more. Internationally, a minimum of 400% of your original one-way fare, or $1,550, whichever is lower. Okay. So if they bump you, if they jump you, they move you out your seat for somebody else, you can get compensation. And now sometimes they won't tell you nothing. But if you don't know the rights to say, look here, what's my compensation? It's been over an hour. I know that I need to be compensated. You have to let them know, because they will not say nothing to you. All right, number two. Don't know what to do. Number two. All right, hold on, y'all. Let me put it back up here. Number two. You may get compensation for delayed, damage, or lost luggage. Okay, if they lose your luggage, it's their fault, right? You didn't lose it. You gave it to them in good shape, and they lost it. If the airline loses your baggage completely, you're entitled to a refund for any fees, and you can submit a claim. You'll need a documentation asserting that the value of your belongings, and you'll probably have to negotiate this. Okay. It can take a long time, man, 1 to 3 months, to get all that stuff done. But you can get reimbursed for that, okay? You can get reimbursed for that because that's your belongings and it's gone. They lost it and they are responsible, okay? Now, sometimes what you can do, what some people do, ladies and gentlemen, is they get insurance for the baggage, okay? In case that they get bag tore up or broken or whatever damage, then they can get reimbursed by the insurance carrier that they purchased insurance for. So if you got a lot of valuable stuff, or you got not necessarily valuable, but you got stuff that have sentimental value for you, right? And you want to miss, like you have some clothing in there, got sentimental value. You got a ring, a watch, whatever, or your grandma, whatever, sentimental value. And if it's lost, you'll be hurting emotionally, So you have insurance that will cover you, reimburse you. You can get insurance for that. And the airline is responsible. Even if you don't have insurance, they're responsible for compensation. I've been riding airlines for a long, long time. There's only been one instance. I've never had a baggage loss at all. But there's only been one instance where I had a baggage that was damaged. And it was on Philippine Airlines. LisaD and I were coming from Thailand back to the Philippines. And so when we got to the airport, at NAIA, we went straight from Thailand to Cebu. So when we got to Cebu, and I went and got my bag. He was all cracked up. I said, "What is this?" I was told I was mad. I said, "What? I went to the office. I said, look here, I want some compensation. My bag is tore up from the floor up, and I didn't give it to you like this. What y'all do to my bag?" And I checked it to make sure everything was in there. Everything was in there, but they done cracked up, tore up, now they sling stuff all over. Anyway, long story short, they offered me some compensation and all like that, but I had to go through some rigmarole and blue tape, red tape, all kind of stuff to get it. I said, forget it, man. I walked out there. I just left. It wasn't worth my time to go through all that. I just went and got me another bag. You know what I'm saying? So They know they're responsible, but if you don't bring it to their attention, they won't try to help you do nothing. You got to call them out. Say, look here, man, what happened on my bag? You're responsible for this. This is not my fault. But they were trying to work with me, but I refused to work with them when I found out all the red tape I had to go through and all the loopholes. I jumped this and jumped that and do this and got this T. And I said, look here, man, forget this. I'm out. It wasn't worth my time. So, but had it been all my bags or lost, the whole bag lost, or something like that, or everything was damaged and if something was missing, then I would have went through that. But just for the crack bag, I didn't want to go through all that stuff. It was a lot of paperwork, and it could take some time before I realized I got it back. Okay, so you can be compensated. Number 3, you have the right to food and water during long tarmac delays. Okay, so if you're on a plane, you're on the tarmac, you're on the plane, the captain said, ladies and gentlemen, there will be a slight delay while our technical crew checks our engine and make sure everything is right. And then when they say slight delay, you're looking for a 2-hour delay. Sometimes an hour and a half, at least an hour and a half. So you're entitled to food and water during a long tarmac delay. Now, if your plane sits on the tarmac awaiting takeoff for a gate assignment for 2 hours or more, the airline is required, you hear me? Required to provide food and water to passengers as well as access to bathrooms and medical attention. Okay? Planes generally are not allowed to stay on the tarmac for longer than 3 hours, barring issues related to safety, security, or airport disruption. So sometimes the longest time I had was 2 hours, and they didn't offer us nothing. I didn't know my rights at the time. It was 2 hours, about 2 hours. They didn't offer us nothing. You know what I'm saying? Had I known that, I was looking at, are you supposed to give me some food? I'm hungry. Give me something to eat. But the problem I had on the plane, when you're on the tarmac, they don't what they do. They don't turn the air on. For some reason, they had the air off. They had the AC off, and they had the air circulating, but the AC itself was off. So everybody's sweating bullets and everything, and everybody's mad too, mad as age. Like, when are we gonna leave? What time? Can you turn it on? They couldn't turn the air on because that was part of the checking procedure that the mechanic had to do. So yeah, they can hold you a long time, but they got to feed you, they got to provide you food and water, and they have to have access to the restroom while they hold you. Normally, I've had several delays on the tarmac, but the longest is about 2 hours. Okay. All right. Number 4, getting ready to go out the door. Playing with y'all. Let's go. You aren't guaranteed compensation for delays. You're not. It's not a guarantee. They're supposed to do it, but it's not guaranteed. Airlines don't offer scheduling guarantees, and they're not required by any federal regulation to do anything for you if your plane is delayed on a domestic trip. You may be able to get a food voucher, which isn't much consolation for extra time spent in a busy airport. Check your airline's specific policies to know what your leverage is, okay? On international flights, international itineraries, you can file a claim with the airline for expenses, okay? All right. Let's go. Number 5. We're almost done. You have 24 hours to cancel a ticket after booking. And now a lot of times you don't know that. Sometimes when you go to the airline, they tell you got 24 hours to cancel. Sometimes they don't say it, but just know that you have 24 hours to cancel. Now, here's the thing, guys. If you go through an agency, you don't have any cancellation rights. Like if you go to ASAP tickets, if you go to cheapo tickets, it's a whole Expedia, stuff like that. Or if you go to a full-blown travel agency, you don't have that right. They'll tell you what your rights are. But if you book directly from the airline, that's when you have 24 hours to cancel. Okay? Now here we go. If you book your flight directly with an airline at least 7 days in advance, you can cancel and receive a refund without penalties or fees for 24 hours for hold a ticket at the quoted price or hold a ticket at the quoted price for the same period. This doesn't necessarily apply to bookings with a third party, such as I just told you. Uh, if you go to cheap ASAP tickets, cheapo tickets, Expedia, etc., that's a third party. It doesn't apply to bookings with the third party site or travel agent. To read the fine print, airlines are required to clearly post all fares, taxes, and fees under the Department of Transportation full fare rule. Okay, so you can uh, 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 cancel, but that's when you book it directly from the airline. That's when you can cancel. If you go through Expedia, if you do an online search and you it's like a website and you get through that, you can't cancel it because that's the third party. Okay, third parties you cannot cancel it if you book a ticket through a third party. If you book directly through the airlines, you can cancel. Now, what I recommend to a lot of people is always try to check online to these various travel websites because you can get a lot of good deals. Give me a minute. You can get a lot of good deals, but the drawback is that if you do book from a third party agency, you don't have that cancellation within 24 hours benefit. You cannot do that. And whatever cancellation uh, options they have for you, you should ascertain from them at the time you book it from online or wherever you go. Okay, because it varies from website to website. It varies from travel agency to travel agency. When or if some of them say, no, you have no cancellation rights. So you understand that before you book this, right? So always understand what your cancellation rights are. Now, a lot of times, if you book from a third party, they'll give you what's called cancellation insurance. You can buy that. That's an option. You say, let's say you come to the Philippines and you already got your tickets, right? But when you got your ticket, you got a cancellation insurance. That's what my sister Pam did. My sister Pam and my sister Gwen came here in 2018 to visit me and Lisa D. And my sister Pam booked through one airline, and my sister Gwen had not booked yet. So what she did, she had cancellation fees. So she was able, I think she was able to cancel her fees, and she booked her flight with to go to ride with her sister. Okay? So and because she had cancellation insurance, rather, she was able to do that. Okay, so cancellation insurance is good in case something comes up and can't make that trip again. If you're sort of tentative about your dates and you have an emergency come up or something come up that you had not anticipated and you cannot get there, that's where the cancellation insurance comes in at. I've never bought it. I've never used it. To me, if I spend $1,800, $1,500 for a round trip ticket, I'm going on that trip. Okay, well, I'm going. Gotta pay my money because I don't have no I don't buy cancellation insurance. I think it's just an extra rated. They stick it to. You know what I'm saying? And so cool. When I make a trip internationally, I've got that a time blocked out. I've got that time allotted and slotted. So nothing going to come up against unless it's sometimes you get emergency. But how often do you get emergency like that? You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go on a trip. Okay, so I'm not going to lose my money. So that's the way I do it. But some of y'all might have a different method to your madness. Okay, all right, let's go. I think it was on number 4. No, it was on number 5. All right. Yeah, okay, we did that one. All right, number 6. All right, so this one here says you have the right to accommodation for disabilities. If you're a disabled person, if you're a person that has children that are disabled, whatever, and they need special accommodation to get on that plane, airlines must accommodate you. That's just the law. They got to do it. It's called the ADA Act. Okay, Americans with Disabilities Act, and it's also called the Air Carriers Access Act. Okay, there's certain accommodations that require an advance notice, 24 to 48 hours before travel. Okay, you have to give them an advance notice. If you have a special need and you're wheelchair bound or whatever, you got to let them know. Hey, I need some special accommodations and wheelchair bound. You got to let them know 24 to 48 hours before travel. Department of Transportation has a complete consumer guide to these rights. So this is just a summary. So I'm giving you a summary of your rights. You want more details, go to Department of Consumer. Okay? All right. Last one, man. We out. You know what I'm saying? I told you I'm going to be long. I know some of y'all ready to go to bed, man. You don't be go to bed, but you late. You late. Okay, whatever, man. You go on about your business. If you don't want to listen, I'm trying to help you, man. I'm trying to help you. I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to help you. Listen, and you might learn something. Number 7, you have the right to complain, man. You know, that shouldn't be, that even be, I mean, that go without saying. Complaining may not always get you what you want, but it's certainly cathartic. In other words, you can express yourself. You have a way to let all that air, let it out. You know, you like me, and I like to do that. I mean, I don't know about you. When they mess me up, man, they mess with me. I like to get back with them. I don't do it in a vindictive manner. I don't do it in a vindictive fashion. But I do it in, look, man, what you say? You know, I want to sleep. You trying to talk to me, and especially if I know I'm right. If I know my rights and I know I'm right, I'm gonna get back with you. I'm gonna complain. You know what I'm saying? I just don't complain just to complain. I complain because you violated my rights. If you don't violate my rights, we good, man. I ain't got nothing to say. But when you violate my rights, and I know, man, I'm gonna say something to you, and you ain't gonna like what I got to say. But yeah, man, this last one we out. But yeah, complaining may not always get you what you want, but it's certainly cathartic. Airlines are required to provide information about filing complaints on their website with your ticket, and when you ask the airport, they're required to acknowledge your written complaint within 30 days and respond to it within 60 days. Okay, that's the law. And if you send them a letter, a written letter, make sure you get it certified so that they can't say, we didn't get your letter, sir, because they'll lie through their teeth, you know, because they get so many complaints, sometimes they cannot comply and respond within the 60-day time frame. So that's what happens. All right. I want you to know your rights. We don't have a lot of people out there. I'm not going to do the train today because y'all ain't got enough to get in Spain today. But that's it, man. I just want y'all to get flavor. I got a lot of people on the train that's going to be traveling. I want you to know your rights and responsibilities when you get in the friendly skies. And when you get on the airplane, don't act like you own the joint just because you paid $1,500, $1,800, $2,000. Don't act like you own the plane, man. You ain't own nothing. You just play. No, that's a lot of money. That ain't no money. That ain't no more money than anybody else paid. You paid the same amount everybody else paid. Okay, so don't act like you the list man because you paid 20 or 2,200 or 2,500. That ain't nothing. I mean, that don't give you the right to take over like you own the plane. Go on there and be humble, man. Be humble, and then you get better service. Don't cuss out the flight attendant because you might get locked up. They have Secret Service men on the plane now, undercover agents, and if you act a fool, you might just get locked up. Okay, and a lot of times, I read a story where the airline flight attendants are now being trained on self-defense. Okay, so it used to be where people go there and beat the airline, slap them into the marrow like Will Smith did. Y'all hear about Will Smith, man? I did a show on that last night. Man, Will Smith, anyway, that's another whole other story. But that's it, man. I just want to bring y'all that so y'all know if you do have some rights, okay? Don't let nobody say you ain't got when you buy your ticket, man, that's it. No, that's not necessarily so, as I just showed you. If you buy your ticket from an agent, a third party, that's it. You probably don't have a right to cancel it within 24 hours. However, if you buy your ticket from the airlines itself, you have a 24-hour window to cancel that ticket. Okay, that's law. Okay, so I always check around. This is how I do my searching when I'm trying to get a ticket. I always check the airlines first, because sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, the airlines itself can be lower than your agents and your websites. I'm serious. So you should leave no stone unturned when you're trying to get the best price. And I always try to get the best price. If I can't get the best price of me going somewhere, I don't go. And that's how I do it. I mean, that's just the way I am. I'm not gonna pay $2,000 when I can pay $500 or $1,500 or $1,000. That don't make no sense. So I look and I look and I look well ahead in advance. 3 to 6 months. That's when I'm looking at when I know I'm going somewhere and I'm going international, especially. I 3 to 6 months window. I'm looking, I'm looking, I'm looking, I'm looking. And when I find the right one, I lock that sucker in. I put something down, I lock it down. And then I don't get no insurance. I don't get no cancellation insurance. I don't get no baggage, luggage insurance. I don't get none of that. And I think you can also buy life insurance for in case there's a casualty, but I don't buy it. I think all that insurance stuff is just a waste of money because statistically, you're more safer in the sky than you are on the road. A lot of people don't know that. They think it's scared to drive, but there's more wrecks on the road than there are in the airplane. There's more crashes in the airplane, okay, in the air. So because of that, I don't buy no insurance for no life insurance. I don't buy no baggage insurance. I don't buy none of that stuff. I just give my money, lock my ticket in, and that's it. That's all I do. All right. We'll be back to you again tomorrow, and I'm gonna be working on some. Let's do a real quick train. We'll do a real quick train. I'm working on some recorded videos. So let's see who's riding train. BobbieD and LisaD, One Nation. Marquette, what's up, man? Good to see you, Marquette, riding train. Hey, man, we doing right. Tight, long, strong. You know how we do. Just trying to get some information on your rights as a flight. Marquette's the #1 in the house today. It's good to see you, my guy. Riding train, BobbieD and LisaD. Who we got? Alonzo, what's up, man? You good? Alonzo, he said, my brother, what's going on? Blessed with another day. Glad to hear and see you again. Great subject. Thank you so much, my brother. Hey, man, I try to bring it right, tight, long, strong. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people out in the West be like, sleeping right about now, but that's all right, man. I bring it anyway. When you get up, you can look at it, right? Ain't that right, Alonzo? I got a little phlegm in my throat. So. But yeah, man, it's always good to have information. Information to have knowledge. When you have knowledge, you have power. Knowledge leads to power. Power leads to options. And when you have options, you have power. They're equal. You have no options, you have no power. You have no ability to do nothing. You're locked in. But when you got knowledge of your rights, nobody can put you in a box. Okay, let's go. Round train, one nation under group. Who we got? Lonzo. He said, please give Lisa my bed. Okay, Lisa's here today, guys. She's sleeping today. I'm telling you, she already got something going on. Her mom's here today. Her mom came from a dealer, and she's gonna be with us a few days. I think she's outside right now. She's gonna be with us for a few days, and she had to take her mom. They got up like 2 o'clock in the morning, man. Her mom came here to take her somewhere and had to get out there early. So she got out there early, and they thought it was going to be an all-day event, but it turned out it was like a few hours, and they came right back. And she said, I'm going to bed. So she went out. She sleep. All right, and the mom sleep too. But yeah, I tell her, Alonzo, long time no see, man. Hope you're doing good. Let's go. Who we got? Lou, what's up, man? You good? He said, what about you, man? I'm doing right, child, long term. You know how I do. You know how we do. We do it for you. Yeah, man. This is a little short, quick live. But, I bring it right, tight, long term. Y'all see me all the time. I know some of y'all tired. I'm tired, BobbieD. You're tired every time I tell you around. I'm tired. I ain't watching. That's all right, man. Do your thing. That's your thing. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you at all. Round train, BobbieD. Who we got? All right, man. Peace. Everybody hit the like button for one time. 1, 2, 3. Chit-cha-pa-ya. 1, 2, 3. Chit-cha-pa. Can you hit the like button, man? We ain't got but 4 people or 5 people, whatever. Hit the like button, man, please. Okay? That's it for now, guys. I'm getting ready to work on a recorded video because the video is my thing. That's what I do. And I'm getting ready to do another recorded video. Thank you so much, Alonzo, man. Thank you so much, man. I'm trying. I appreciate the positive feedback and the encouragement, because a lot of people they're not like you, Alonzo. They don't say nothing. They might get something out of it, but they don't open their mouth. So BobbieD out of Georgia, they don't say nothing. They just get it and leave. If somebody come to your house and eat and they get up and leave, that's rude, isn't it? And they know they had a good time. They know they enjoyed themselves. They're just gonna get up and I said, look, you don't come back. Don't come back here no more with your rude self. I know you done ate up all my food drink all my liquor, and you and you get out the door, they ain't said nothing. You know what I'm saying? But that's how they do on the train sometimes. But I thank you, Alonzo, for being courteous and being polite and being a man. You know, a man know how to handle himself. When you find a real man out there, y'all, he knows how to handle himself in any situation. When you find a real boy, he crumbles in every situation that he never seen before. That's the difference between maturity and immaturity. Okay, real men can deal. Okay, real men know how to handle things in life. They don't panic when the first thing comes their way. That's how I am, and that's how most of you guys out there. You handle it and you don't run. You handle it and you don't cry. You handle it and you don't lie. Okay, unlike my brother Will Smith. Sorry, man. Sorry, I had to hit on that. Will, man, I don't know what happened, man. He lost it. You know, he loved Jada. You know, it's okay, man. A man is supposed to love his wife, no question about that. Um, but you don't love your wife enough to do wrong for her. You know what I'm saying? You just don't break the law and take the law in your own hands in any type of circumstance. Now, let's put it like this. There's two ways to look at that incident that happened in the Oscars with Will Smith. One is the moral implication. Number two is the legal implication. Okay. So was he morally correct in defending his wife? That could be your argument. He might have been morally correct because I can tell you, man, I love my wife. I got that old man love. And I told y'all, did I tell y'all that? I got that old man love. You know, man, old man love is strong, baby. I mean, that's that strong love. I'd do anything for her. Old man, I ain't got the young man love. I got that old man love. I go, it's deep, baby. So somebody said something on Lisa D that I didn't like or I think was disrespectful. I'm gonna say something to them. You know what I'm saying? And depending on what it was, we might have some, you know, it might be some scuffle. I would hope not, you know, but I try to control myself. That's what Will Smith lost it last night. He didn't control himself, okay? And whatever situation you're in, if you're a real man, you're gonna get a hold of yourself before you lose he lost it. Okay. Now, do we condemn him for losing it? No. You know why? It could have happened to any one of us. Okay. Did I lose respect for Will because he lost it and slapped Chris Rock into the mire? No. You know, he slapped him into the mire. Did I lose respect for Will? No. I was shocked. But Will is a man like everybody else. And no, don't put Will Smith up on no pedestal. He's just like everybody else. He got feelings, he got shortcomings, he has strengths, and he lost it. And he took it out on Chris Rock. Now, look at Chris Rock. Chris Rock said something that was insensitive, but he had the right to say it. You know, it's not what happens to you that counts. It's how you deal with it that counts. His wife, Jada Pinkett, didn't like it. She rolled her eyes. You know what I'm saying? She didn't like it at all. It's okay. You don't have to like it. There's no law that says you have to like what the comedian. He's a comedian. He's making jokes. It wasn't personal, but she took it as personal. Okay. He may have not known that she had alopecia. You know? So it's all you have to look at everything. Okay. But the bottom line is nobody should take the law into their own hand. And Chris Rock had the right to have him arrested, press charges, but he did. You know, so I want to say that throughout that whole situation, Chris Rock was the man, and Will Smith was the boy. And look at what happened. Chris Rock didn't lift a finger. He slapped him hard. It wasn't no. He said he raised back. He slapped. He almost knocked him down, and that's all. And Will Smith, the big man, he ain't no little boy. He's a tall, big, strong man. He's strapping. He's strong. And so when he lowered the boom on Chris said, oh, wow. He felt it. Yeah. And so the whole situation boils down to this. It was an illegal action that was done. The Oscars need to take action against Will Smith because the police, Chris Rock didn't press charges. But that don't mean that the Oscars cannot take action because this was done against their program. This was done again on live TV, and they have to make an example because if they have the next guy scared, somebody get mad and want to do the same thing. So they have to take action, and they have to do. This is a precedent. This is never nothing like this. It's never happened on live TV. Okay, with the Oscars at least. We have had known some of stuff, but for the Oscars, no. So they have to do something, and if they don't do anything, I guarantee you, it's gonna happen again. You know? And what they need to do is I think they have like a 10-second delay. They should have like a 1 minute delay because they could have cut that whole stuff out if they delayed it, but they didn't. The delay time is not long enough to cut it out. Okay, so with the broadcast of this. But that's my opinion. I want to bring this to you, man, so y'all know something about your rights in the air. And okay, hold on. I got a few more comments. Let's see. Alonzo, what's up, man? He said, "Your best keep what you do." Thank you so much, man. Hey, you're the best. Hey, man, thank you so much, Alonzo, man. I appreciate your compliments, man. And you're so kind. I appreciate that. God bless you, man. You keep strong out there and do what you do. Let's go. Lou, he said, not Will Smith. Yeah, Will Smith. That's your brother from another mother. I like Will Smith. I think he's an all right dude. You know what I'm saying? I like all of his movies. He's just like Denzel. My number one actor, I told everybody yesterday, is Denzel Washington. Because Denzel is a man. You know what I mean? He's the same way he is in most of his movies. He's the same way in real life. He's a straight up man. He's a logical, level-headed man. He's easy to get along with, but when you cross him, it's going to be some problems. You know, I can appreciate people like that because I identify with that characteristic and that personality he has because I'm similar to that myself. So Denzel is my favorite African American actor out there. Will Smith, some people putting him down, but I don't put the man down. He made a mistake. He made him. It was. I think he got caught up in his emotions about his wife, but he loved his wife. You know, nothing wrong with loving his wife. And some people say that Jada ain't for him. You know, he hooked up with the wrong person. Jada's a thug. That's what some people say. You know, and Will's not. You know, but I don't know. If you look at Jada's past life, she went with a lot of thugs. Tupac. She went with Tupac for a long time. Somebody else said she liked thug men, and Will wasn't a thug. So I don't know. They have changed. And then when you look at the children they got, I don't know what's wrong with the kids. Kids down there, they got the young boy, I think his name is Will. I forgot. And the girl named Willow. Both of them, one of them is the boy is like he go both ways, all kind of crazy stuff. And the girl, I don't know where I just don't know where she's at. You know, sometimes I think she go both ways. Sometimes I think she doesn't. But he got some weird kids, man. And the question is, when your parents is not like that, how did you get like that? You know what I'm saying? So one of them parents got to have some kind of negative influence. Okay. Who else we got? Okay, Lou, I didn't know that. Okay. Let me tell you what, Lou, you hit on something. Somebody said last night that Jada had told that somebody that she had cheated on Will, and she told it on public, on the TV, you know, on air and on the internet. And I told everybody, never put your dirty laundry out for the world to see, because it's nasty and stinking. And when people see your stinking, nasty laundry, they know you stink. Okay, so Jada just proved my point. When she put stuff out like that, she stink. That was a stinking thing to do, and that was disrespectful to her man, the one she said she loved, the one she had 2 kids by. How your children feel you put stuff like that out? No, that's crazy. Don't put your dirty laundry out in the air where everybody can see. Let's go. Not good. Yeah, man, it ain't right, Lou. It ain't right at all, man. I got you on that. Lou, he said, I was disappointed about Will. I was shocked. I didn't think he was that bold to do something like that because, in my opinion, from just looking at him on his movies he does, and all the interviews, he does a lot of interviews. Interviews I've read and seen on TV. He seemed like a square up guy, man, level-headed guy, and he's not the bold kind of guy that would do something like that. But I guess that's a side of him I've never seen. You know, many of us never seen. So some of us, like you, were very, very disappointed. Some of you were shocked, like me. Some of you have lost respect for Will Smith. I can't say you shouldn't. That's how you feel. Everybody deals with things differently. I haven't lost any respect for him. I still think he's a good person. I just, I was shocked, and I think he lost it. He became emotionally traumatic about what the man had said, and the reason why he came. Let me tell you the background on why he became sort of angry about what was said. Chris Rock had said something similar in another Oscar presentation he did several years ago. I think it was 2016, something like that. He had said some nasty things about Jada then. So I'm gonna guarantee you that when they found out that Chris Rock was at the Oscars hosting, him and Jada had already gone through some things. And look, if he said anything about me, I'm gonna get up on that stage. She probably said, he said, no, honey, don't do that. Don't. You probably calm her down. And then she said, okay, I'm not gonna do it. And then when he said it, and he saw her roll her eye, he got it in him to get up there and do it. You know what I'm saying? That's just my speculation. But you don't know what goes on behind closed doors between the man and the woman. But I guarantee you, they had talked about that incident that happened in 2016, and it transferred over to this show, this Oscars in 2022. When you say something to someone and they don't like it, especially women, they don't forget nothing. Women don't forget nothing. And so I guarantee you, she had that in the corners of her mind, Jada. And then when he lashed out at her about G.I. Joe, the buzz cut, she rolled her eyes, and Will saw it, and then it was like, I'm going up on the stage. But when he got up on the stage, he walked up there like John Wayne. I thought he was going to just say something to him, speak, hey man, why you do that to my wife? Why you say, watch your mouth? But he ain't did none of that. He ain't say one word to him when he got up there. He looked at him and he said, huh? That was cold. That was cold-blooded because Chris Rock had his hand behind his back. He was defenseless. He wasn't trying to be aggressive. He thought it was going to be just talking to, those jokey jokes. But he slapped him into the model, man. And that was not right. He could have hurt that man, He could have hurt him because he's a big man. That's like bodily assault, okay? And that's like, you ever heard about blunt force trauma? BFT, blunt force trauma. His hand, you can use your hand to hit somebody. If you're big enough and strong enough, that's blunt force. If he had hit Jada like that, Jada would have been unconscious. You know what I'm saying? But Chris was strong enough to take it. So using your hand, coming down, raising, coming down, that's blunt force trauma. And thank goodness he hit him in the face and not on the head. But he could have probably knocked that man out, strong as he is. Will Smith's a big guy. He ain't no little small guy. He's a big, strong guy. So that goes to show you, people, listen, whenever you disagree with somebody, don't go by your emotions, okay? Don't go by your feeling, how you feel about it. That's the worst thing you can do. Go by the logic. Does it make sense for me to slap somebody on national TV? No, think about it before you do your action like that. I don't know what got into Will Smith. I think he was trying to act out his character. We got the Oscar for the movie King Richard, which is Richard Williams, with Serena and Venus's father. He was the type of guy that would act crazy with people, do all kinds of stuff like that. So I think he just got it in him. I did that movie. He talked about my wife. I'm gonna get him. So all of that into it. But I'm gonna tell you, the bottom line is this: he had no business putting his hands on Chris Rock. Chris Rock was a man. You hear me? At that time, because somebody did that to me. I don't know, man, but it would take a lot of Jesus in me to hold me back. Okay, and I don't even know if Chris Rock know the Lord, but he had enough strength to not hit him back. Okay, he laughed it off, and he carried throughout the whole show, that's a tribute to some maturity that Chris Rock had. Now, I don't like the situation at all. I think it was nasty. I think it was wrong. I think it was low class, and he's not a low class person. So he came out of his character to do that to the man. So I'm still a Will Smith kind of guy. I still appreciate his acting ability. I appreciate all the good movies he's done. I have not lost that liking for him. But this one, let me put it like this: Never judge an individual on one action. Okay, never do that. Okay, that's wrong. Look at his entire life. Look at his entire body of work. Look at his entire action before you make that decision. I'm gonna put him down. Don't do that. He made a mistake, man. One time. Now, if he continues doing this, yeah, we have a right to say, nah, I'm done with you. You ain't got no, you ain't about nothing. But one action, and we're gonna drop him like that? Nah, it's wrong, man. That's wrong. And now, and the action was a violent action, but he didn't kill nobody. Did he kill somebody? Chris Rock is still walking up and down, right? He's still alive. So it wasn't a deathly blow. It was a violent action on public national TV, international TV. So I'm not going to put him down from that. I realize that we all have the ability to lose it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he did. And so I would admit wrong is wrong, right? Wrong is wrong and right is right. He was wrong. So I want to see how he continues from this point forward. If he continues and acting a fool like that, I'm done with him. And what I want to see him do, ladies and gentlemen, I want to see him apologize publicly to Chris Rock. Okay, if he's any kind of man, if he's the man I think he is, he will publicly apologize. Okay, he will publicly apologize. Chris Rock, I don't think Chris Rock had anything to apologize to anyone for. He was a little bit insensitive when he heard about the joke he said about Jada's bald head, because he may or may not have realized that she had alopecia, which is cause your hair to fall out. So I really don't think he has nothing to apologize for. And I think if that would happen to me, he slapped me like that into tomorrow, I would be pressing charges into tomorrow on him, and I would get some of his money. Okay, all that Oscar money he got, all that acting money, I would get some, because he got no business putting their hands on nobody. All right. Lou, he said, okay, I got you, man. Right, Trevor. Eliza, he used to tell him, bro, he could have handled it differently. Nah, he could have handled it differently, man. A real man examines his options. He just don't do the worst thing he can do. He don't just don't do the first thing he can do. You take your time and be smart about it. You don't go by your instincts. Instincts will kill you. Because sometimes instincts are not reliable. Okay, you go by what's right. We live in a world that is filled with rules and regulations, and those rules and regulations are in the world for a reason and for a season, so that they can govern us, so that we can have a orderly life. Okay, and so what he did, ladies and gentlemen, was out of order. You don't slap somebody, whether it's in your house, whether it's your wife, whether it's your son or daughter, whether it's your brother, whether it's your employer. You don't slap nobody. If you that big and bad, you need to go and leave your job, or you should have just left out the Oscars and say, I'm gone, man. That would be better. Leave out. Leave the Oscars. He said, what happened to Will? And then later on, he said, well, I got upset and I didn't want to hurt the man. I left. That would have been the mature way to handle it. Round train, Bobby, who we got? Lou, he said, been a Will Smith fan ever since I was a young teenager. Not anymore. Okay, I understand that. I understand, Lou. I'm still a Will Smith fan. I'm not going to back down on the man because he made one mistake. If he could keep on doing this, and also how he handles it, Lou. I want to see him. I want to see from Will. I want to see him become more mature than he is right now. I need to see him apologize. If he don't apologize, I might be just like you, Will, because then he's not man enough to admit he was wrong. He's not man enough to admit his failures. And so when a man can't admit he was wrong, when a man cannot admit his failures, he's immature and he needs some more growing. He got some more growing up to do. Round train about release, he One Nation. We got Alonzo. What's up, man? He said, very true. Something has to be done. Yeah, my Nazis got to do something. The Popo didn't get involved, right? Because the real man, Chris Rock is the real man. He had enough decency. He said, no, I'm not going to press no charges. That's a man. You hear me? And I've never thought highly of Chris Rock. I'll be honest with you. I've never thought, he was just a loudmouth to me. I mean, he tells some good jokes sometimes, but to me, he was just he never impressed me as a person with substance. He was just a loudmouth that make jokes. That's all I did. But now my eyes have been opened that Chris Rock is a real man. Because how he handled the situation. It's not what happens. Listen to be good. It's not what happens to you that counts, my brothers and my sisters. It's how you handle it. Huh? How you handle it, man. He could have, went ballistic on him. They could have been tussling on the stage. He didn't go that way. And that takes maturity. Sometimes wisdom and patience. Just have some grown man, almost twice your size, take their right hand and almost bust you into the mouth. It takes courage. And he got up. He didn't get knocked out, but he almost fell back. He said, "Wow!" He was shocked like everybody else. But Chris Rock is the real man in that particular instance, and Will Smith, the one I still have a lot of. I guess I have a lot of good things about. I think a lot of him. He was the boy in that instance. Right, Trey, Bobby, who we got? Lou. He said they might take Oscar away because they have a code of conduct. He just violated. Okay, it's possible, And if just take it away, that's his penalty and that's his punishment. And then if he's gonna be a man and accept the punishment, or he gonna be a boy and cry about it, You gotta look at. I'm telling you, my microscope now is not on Chris Rock. My microscope, ladies and gentlemen, is on Will Smith. I'm telling you, I'm monitoring him to see how he does this thing. I'm looking for an apology. Okay, he apologized to the academy. He has apologized to his crew and the members there and the audience, but he never once apologized to the one he should have apologized to, which is Will Smith. Not only should he apologize to Will Smith, he needs to apologize to his family. He embarrassed them, And it was a man. You said, well, he's just defending his wife. That's a manly thing. It's, if you want to look at that, it's manly to defend your wife, of course. If you, I can see if somebody was Chris Rock trying to slash his wife's throat with a knife? Was Chris Rock trying to shoot his wife with a gun? Did Chris Rock raise his right hand and hit his wife into the mouth? Huh? No, he did none of that. And so the actions that Will Smith took were not appropriate to what the action that Chris Rock did. Okay, they were not appropriate. They were not considered. They were not the same. The actions don't add up. They were not equal. Okay, so wrong is wrong. You're right. My mama said two wrong don't make a right. Right, and you said, well, Chris Rock was wrong. He did a total dirty joke. That's his job. He was doing his job. He was the host. The hosts have to tell jokes. They can't make sure every joke they say is good or bad. Sometimes they say bad jokes, and they only know it when they tell an audience. That was a bad joke. Okay, but what are you gonna do? Kill him? Slap him into the mark because he said a bad joke and you didn't like it? Let's be men. Let's grow up. Ryan Train, BobbieD and LisaD, who we got? Lou, he said. Entanglement, yeah, man, that's all it is, man. They're getting involved with stuff they don't need to be getting involved in. Ron Train, who we got? Lou, he said her red carpet show. Yeah, it was her red carpet show. Somebody wanted the limelight, and they used Will to get that limelight. Lou, he said Chris Rock tells the hard truth. Jada got mad 2016 after that Will didn't win for his movie Concussion. Okay, I don't know. I've never seen that movie. We've got a lot of movies, but I ain't never seen that one. Ron Train, but who got? Lou, he said Jada slept with the young hoodlum R&B. Okay, yeah, you told me that other night. August Asina. Okay. And she went and told the whole world about it. Putting her dirty laundry, airing her dirty laundry out so the world could see. Don't ever do that. That's embarrassing for her children, and her husband. And if mother and father, parents, they still alive. That's embarrassing. You don't do that, man. Personal stuff like that, you keep to yourself. You don't do that. Let's go. Lou, he said, Chris Rock is a very smart and quick dude, believe it or not. Me and my mother saw him when he was just coming up a long time ago. Okay. Well, I'll be honest with you, man. I've never had a high regard for Rich Rock. He wasn't on my radar because to me he's just a joker, you know, loudmouth joker. You don't get a laugh, you know what I'm saying? But now I see it's more to him than that, and I have more respect for him now. I have not lost my respect for Will Smith either. I am waiting to see how Will Smith responds from this point forward. I want to see him apologize, and I want to see him be a little bit more mature about handling his emotions. Okay. All right, guys. It's been real. We got to go. This is Bobby D. Saying take care. God bless. And peace.